Hello and welcome class 12th business study students. Today our topic is importance of organizing. Okay. In this topic we have to discuss these 7 points. Okay. One by one we will be discussing on it. So first is benefits of specialization, then clarity in working relationship, optimum utilization of resources, then adapting or adaptation towards changes, effective administration and development of skills, expansion and growth. Right. So I'll give you lecture. Before that, I want you that you will note down all these points which I'll share it with you. You will make the key points out of it so that you can be able to make your own notes. Okay, what you understood. Write down on any piece of paper the whole topic or type it somewhere, and please post me all these things to my mail ID. Okay, and this is one of the assignment for you. Okay, I'll consider this thing as assignment that you have made notes of it, right? This is what I need you to do. Fine. So first point is benefits of specialization. Listen it very carefully. Organizing involves dividing the work into smaller tasks and assigning each task to employees on the basis of their skills and competencies. When a specific worker performs a specific task repeatedly, he gains experience and eventually achieves specialization. And the specialization improves productivity and efficiency, not only of that particular worker but all the workers, as all are attempting the same thing. Okay, specialization, and the whole organization will get the benefit of productivity, increased productivity and efficiency. So departmentalization of an enterprise facilitates employees to perform a specific task. You can take example, a sales manager who is into sales activities for a long period of time is able to sell his product much easily as compared to a production manager who may have technical knowledge of production but may not be able to persuade a customer to purchase it, right? And how it is how it became the quality of that salesman? By repeated performance of that task, right? So this is what is benefits of specialization. Now moving to clarity in working relationships. The organizing as a function of management establishes working relationship with the colleagues, with the superiors, the subordinates, and defines the lines of communication, formal line of communication between the members with a predefined hierarchical order and established authority responsibility relationship. There is no possibility of miscommunication or ambiguity, confusion in transfer of information, because everything is going in or following the hierarchical order or the line of command, right? Each employee knows from whom he has to receive the instructions or orders and to whom he have to report, right? This is what is the clarity in working relationship. You can take the example The workforce in a factory receives instructions from the supervisor. Right? The worker used to receive the orders or instructions, guidelines from his supervisor. Okay, in a factory. The supervisor is accountable to the production head on behalf of all the workers of the factory. That means worker is responsible for the supervisor. Supervisor is responsible for the production head. Okay? If something goes wrong on the part of the workers, the production head will not question that particular worker. He is going to question to the supervisor. Right? This is what is clarity in working relationship. Who will have to report to whom, from whom he has to take instructions or orders, for whom he is accountable, answerable. This is what is the clarity. There is no any confusion. There is no any confusion in this relationship. Everybody is aware that who is my superior, who is my subordinate. Okay, from whom I have to take the orders, to whom I have to command. Okay, you can take the example of military organizations also. They are bound to receive orders from their own head, superiors. They are not bound to follow the instructions of the superhead. Okay, so superior subordinate relationship is very much clear here. Right? This is because of organizing only. Okay, this is what is the importance of organizing. Right? Then third is the optimum utilization of resources. Optimum means maximum. Maximum usage of resources. How it is possible? The division of work into smaller tasks and allocation of work in accordance to the skills and competencies of the employees. This facilitates the optimum utilization of all the physical and human resources. Assigning specific duties to the specific workers helps to avoid overlapping of work, repetition of work. This prevents confusion, number one, okay, and reduces the wastage of resources, efforts, time, money, okay. If you will be able to, or one manager is able to minimize the wastage and avoid the confusion relating to work performance, that who will have to perform which work, okay, automatically the efficiency and the effectiveness will increase. As the effectiveness and efficiency is increasing, automatically optimum utilization is possible because there is no wastage. Reduction in wastage of resources, time, money, efforts, everything. Okay? In a bakery, a baker who has experience of working in a bakery will bake cake with the right amount of ingredients and lesser wastage of material as compared to someone who may not have that much experience or who may not know how to bake. Right? So I think it is clear that what is optimum utilization of resources. Okay? Then is adapting to change or adaptation towards the changing environment. Right? It is usually seen then when circumstances, business environment used to change. We have discussed in lesson number 3. People used to resist. They show their oppose towards adapting those changes. Then how organizing helps them in adapting those changes? While implementing plans, the process of organizing tries to incorporate the changes in the business environment by modifying the organizational structure. and revising the interrelationship at managerial levels. Adapting changes facilitates stability and growth. Okay, when plans used to change, what the organizing used to do, they used to revise the whole organization structure. Okay, that means project heads used to change, the team used to change. Okay, how? According to their skills and competencies. For example, a plan to launch a product may suggest that the product must be launched in Mumbai first. But at the time of organizing launch, it was realized that if the product is launched in Mumbai, Delhi and Bangalore simultaneously, the result would be more better. Therefore, to achieve better results, the product was launched in all three cities. Right? So, this is what is adapting to changes. Organizing used to help to adapt the changes as per the need. Right? Then, effective administration. The clear description of task to be performed and related responsibilities prevents confusion and duplication of work. The effective and efficient execution of work brings in effective administration. For example, if the job description of each worker is well defined, that these are the things which you have to do in this particular order, then it is easy for supervisor to ensure proper and effective execution of work, performance of work. Okay. So effective administration is possible if the work is properly planned and described and relating to the skills and competencies, the responsibilities to perform a particular task is given. Right? Then development of personnel. Right? How person used to grow, how employees used to increase their productivity and performance through organizing by getting the benefit of specialization. Right? One thing. So division of work and specialization not only increases productivity but also provides growth opportunities to employees, because now their skills are grooming, their skills are increasing, they are specialized in performing a particular task because they have performed it repeatedly. So now they are expert in performing those things in lesser resources, lesser time, lesser efforts. Okay. When you were in pre-nursery, KG, 1, class 1, 2, 3, primary classes, it was very difficult for you to make alphabets like A, B, C. You practiced a lot, and now after many practices, you are well groomed, you are specialized, okay, in writing pages of writings of that English language. Okay, because you have repeatedly performed those things. Now you are specialized. In less time, efforts and resources, you are able to do those things. So organizing is this thing. Okay. Likewise, in a factory or in any of the organization, when division of work and specialization increases the productivity of the organization, it also provides growth opportunity to the employees. The lesser burden of work stimulates creativity among the workers. They not only complete tasks effectively but also try to find alternatives and more effective ways of performing those jobs. And on the basis, or you can say on the other hand, if you say delegation of authority, okay, delegation means transfer, okay, delegation of routine jobs provides managers time to explore new markets, develop newer techniques, and completing tasks or train their staff to improve efficiency. Okay. Now, because their subordinates are trained enough to look after the routine task. Now, the managers are less burdened to think regarding the routine task. So, now what these managers will do in their extra time, they can explore new markets, new products, new ideas, how to sell, how to produce, how to groom the market, how to explore the market, how to develop new products, diversification. Okay, all these things. So in this way, the whole organization is growing, not only the managers but also the subordinates. Okay, they are also getting chance to be getting promotion. Okay, because if they will perform better, certainly they will get the advantage. Okay, this is what is about the expansion and growth. Expansion and growth is not only for the organization, it is for everyone. Okay, whosoever is directly or indirectly associated with the organization, whether they are the employees, simple workers, okay, they will also be, their activities, their skills, their competencies will also get expansion and growth, prosperity, right? So this is what is the expansion and growth. If we talk about expansion and growth, so organizing helps in the growth and diversification of an enterprise by enabling it to deviate from existing rules or norms and taking up new challenges. While incorporating changes, while implementing the changes or including the changes in the business environment, organizing creates more jobs, additional departments, new product lines, and maybe new territories of business to increase market share, to increase revenue, to increase profits. In this way, expansion and growth can be seen. And this is possible because of proper organizing of activities. Okay. Organization is now able to adapt changes. Adapt changes is not only for internal benefit, for also for the expansion and growth of the organization in terms of revenue, production, territory, product line, profits, market share, many things. You can take the example, human care, prepared plans. Okay, human care is suppose a firm. Okay, plans to sell blood glucose testing meters. Okay, it is you can say a pharmaceutical company or medical company involved in manufacturing sugar testing strips. However, at the time of organizing resources, the sales team suggested that adding blood pressure monitors would help to increase sales. Okay, that means not only that machine will measure the blood sugar, but it will also measure the blood pressure. People will purchase more. The purchase had decided immediately to import blood pressure monitors along with blood glucose monitors. So resulting in addition to the existing product line. Right? So this is what is the expansion and growth. So after reading all these things, after discussing all these things, if you analyze the importance of organizing, you will observe that organizing not only reduces chaos, confusion, misunderstanding, conflicts, overlapping of work, but also promotes creative and adaptation to changes, making environment more suitable for the team and the organization. Right? So I hope I'm clear on all these points I have discussed. Today I have not given you the notes. The purpose that you listen the lecture very carefully, make your own notes, type it, no problem. Give me a soft copy of it. Click it, whatever you have written. Okay, write your name on the top. Fine. And write the topic, importance of organizing, write these points, make this diagram if you want. Okay. In any of the sequence you can write the description, what you have learned. Right. You can quote my examples also, these examples also. Okay, you can have your own examples, you can have your own mind to write and explain these particular subheadings. I don't mind. Fine. But I want you to please write so that I can be able to understand that how much understanding you are creating. Okay, in making your own notes. It will help you a long way. Right? So, keep learning, keep revising, revise this lecture again and then try to write them. Fine? Write one by one, each and everything, and post it within 2 days. Right? Today is Tuesday. Right? For me. So I need you to be more punctual. Right? Within 2 days, you will submit. Right? Thank you very much.